Hello world, I'm LJ and this is LJ Goes Sweden. Today it's time to do a little time travel back into the year 1995. We are at the Eurovision in Dublin, Ireland, and we have a very young Justyna Steczkowska here right now on the stage performing her song Sama. It is the second year Poland is competing at the Eurovision Song Contest, and it's the first time that Justyna is here. We all remember 2025, after 30 long years, she was back with her song Gaia. I have not forgotten the people telling me to check out the original song. So here we are. It's gonna be very interesting for me to see how everything was 30 years ago. Of course, the style of music is totally different. I am probably expecting not something where I feel like, oh, this is great, this is something I would listen to, because it's a lot of nostalgia probably for many people. But still, I am trying to just see how the whole staging was, how her vocals were, things like these. So, guys, let's join me on this little trip to the past 30 years. I wasn't even born back then, so it's gonna be interesting. Justyna, the stage is yours. What a different style of music this is. First of all, I instantly noticed that the instruments we hear are definitely live. We hear the flutes, we hear like the horns and other instruments. Then Justyna starts singing with a very soft voice. It feels very relaxing, to be honest, the beginning. It's like nothing crazy. I have to say also the stage looks very interesting, because I don't know if it's due to the like low resolution, but it kind of looks like you have like a blue wall going sideways, like a hill coming towards the center of the stage. Also like the separation between like those flute people, side singers, and her being in the middle. Very interesting stage setup here. But now we have an additional beat dropping in, so let's see how the song develops. The style of music we have here with the beat, with her singing something that I don't understand, gives me somewhat of like a feeling that I'm going like into a very local restaurant in a country that I've never been to, for example. I really feel like that I'm surrounded by a lot of people, a lot of languages that I don't understand, and this song would be playing in the back. It really feels like something totally different. Her voice, of course, still very relaxed, but also kinda hypnotic in a certain way. Then at the end we have somewhat like of a little high note, which is of course not fully pushed through yet, so maybe we're gonna see another level of this high note in the end. But as of right now, interesting. Of course not my style of music, but I'm gonna tell you later at the end how I feel about it. Let's see now how it continues. Now we have a shift in her vocals. We have a more higher singing, and we also have those three guys that were playing the flutes before, now also interacting with her like a chant and respond feeling here. So she is chanting something and they respond to her. So it's kind of interesting how the song now shifted to this part. So it kind of lost its feeling of like this hypnotic state that I felt in the beginning. But still we are in an interesting type of music that I don't really know how to describe it, to be honest. That sounds very familiar, those high notes. What an ending! This song really felt like that she is enjoying music right here. Not only has she done vocals that reminded me of her song Gaia from 2025, those really high notes that feel like screams in a certain way, she has done something similar this year at Eurovision. And here, seeing that 30 years already in the past is kind of interesting. So not only does this whole song feel very different to nowadays music, but second of all, also what I really felt, there is no performance. It really feels like back in time, Eurovision was actually a song contest. No one was really caring about how the staging was, how people are like interacting with other people or with objects, dancing around. There was nothing like this in the past. It was really focused on the music, on the vocals. And this is an interesting approach. Of course, it makes sense if you call it song contest, that the song itself is in focus. Nowadays it has shifted, so the song is still somewhat important, but definitely the song itself is not the most important anymore. And I know this is probably a huge discussion. Some people say they like it nowadays more. Other people say it's not a song contest anymore. It is just like dancing around and having fun, and that's not what the song contest was in the time back then. And I can agree fully with both sides. Both sides have their pros and cons for me. I like having music where I can somewhat relate to people, where I can repeat listening to the song and have in my memory the performance. But I also can fully agree if people say, hey, back in time, people were feeling the song. There was no need to do something crazy to show what they feel. Interesting piece of art here from Justyna. You definitely can see the roots for a song 30 years later. The stage setup is also crazy for me. You have those stairs, you have a lot of LEDs. It's kind of confusing, to be honest, but it's nothing bad. It's just unusual. That's what I think is the best to describe this. Okay, so there you have it. If I had to make a decision if I like this song more or Gaia, I really don't know which one is better, to be honest, because this has a lot of nostalgia. And even me seeing this song for the first time, I don't know, I felt exactly already nostalgic, and I can fully understand why people like that song and why they like Justyna. Thank you very much for recommending this, and it was definitely a nice time travel we have done here together today. What do you think about Poland 1995? I know the song was not succeeding at Eurovision in 1995. I think she was placed in 18. So the jury did not like it back then, but I read it was apparently ahead of its time. Feel free to write down your opinion in the comments below, else we're gonna see each other back in the next video. So until then, I hope you have a wonderful day. Feel free to give this video a like, comment or subscribe, and else we're gonna see each other back in the next video. But until then, have a good one. Bye bye.